On my first visit to Iraq, I had no idea what was happening to Iraqi children.
Stage 4 with CNS involvement.
I first met the children in a leukemia ward in Baghdad.
بس نعوض للدكتور. كم مرة طلعت فاطمة؟
اليوم الصبح الدكتور
مرة واحدة؟ مي؟ دم بيها؟
لا مو أظلم المرافق العفو.
حتى يبقى 2 over 2 hours تعرفها.
There are 4 times as many Iraqi children with leukemia or cancer now than there were before the Gulf War.
رسامة هي طبعا. رسمينا وما ترسمينا.
I met Rasha in the hospital in Baghdad. Rasha had come from Basra in southern Iraq for treatment.
بيت حديقة صغيرة شمس تغيب مغرب طيور بيت عالي قاطين شمس تريد تغيب
نعم
وبيوت فوق الجبال
يعني منظر طبيعي وين هذا من أين يا منطقة يعني؟
هاي بالشمال
شمال العراق
أي.
ليش ترسمين هالرسومات هذه؟
عجبني
يعني تحبين هيك رسومات؟
أحب أنا الرسومات الشمال
because she like this
يلا
view.
الجهة الثانية أرسم لكم البصرة.
And next visit I will try to draw the Basra city. Next visit.
Iraq's economic sanctions began before the first Gulf War. The country has been abandoned by the world for 8 years now. Bread costs 100 times now what it did 8 years ago. For the Iraqi people, life only gets more difficult. Imports of chemotherapy drugs are restricted. Supposedly, they can be used to make weapons of mass destruction. Rasha has had leukemia for 2 years now. Her mother told me that sometimes she has medicine and sometimes she doesn't.
مو قلنا لها تجيبي لها اقراص؟
اقراص انا بس 2 ما يقبل يعطينا بالمصرف.
شوفي لها منو ايش قد شنو فصيلتها هي؟
او زائد هي.
او زائد بعد منو عندنا او زائد شوفي حتى نطلبك باسمه.
سويت باسم طارق انا وحده.
اكو واحد السنه ب10 او زائد. تاخذون من 2.
هاي ابو زينب هم انا وضعيتها. والله بحاجه كلش
انا عندي هسه وصل بس من اليوم.
تجيبي خلينا نشوف لك احد او زائد يمكن شو اسمها.
انا مسوي وحده.
جنائن او زائد بس خلينا نتاكد من عندها.
هي او زائد؟ ايش دا ينطوها؟
هي او زائد بس يقول على اساس باي جنان ما ادري شنو فصيلتها على فصيلتها.
The hospital had neither antibiotics nor blood.
هاي هي هم بس
هي غير بس هسه ما نفتهمها بس ما يعرف يسوي.
Rasha's IV held saline solution with potassium.
ها لا شنو ما ادري سريع ما تشوفينه
شوفي ها شوفي يعني بس لأنه she is tired we need to decrease the overcrowding.
Rasha left me a note when she died. Economic sanctions had killed Rasha. But why are so many children getting leukemia? "300 tons of depleted uranium were used during the Gulf War in 1991. Depleted uranium is one of the densest metals on Earth. It pierces thick armor instantly and burns, giving off intense heat.
ちょっと測ってみます。今 0.3 です。0.12 まで、0.13 まで上がりました。
Depleted uranium is created in the process of making enriched uranium, which is used to make nuclear weapons and fuel for nuclear energy. It's used in approximately 20% of the missiles made in the United States. When it exploded, the depleted uranium turned into micron-sized radioactive particles. It was absorbed into the atmosphere and traveled hundreds of kilometers. Doctors think that these radioactive particles are causing leukemia and cancer in children like Rasha. But there's still no scientific proof. I live in Japan, where the first atomic bomb exploded, but I had never met a radiation victim or Hibakusha. This is Dr. Hida, the first Hibakusha I ever met. In 1945, he was a 27-year-old army doctor stationed in Hiroshima. Dr. Hida's hospital was completely destroyed by the bomb. Of the 600 patients and staff, only 3 survived. Dr. Hida was visiting a patient in a village 6 kilometers away. This spared him from the blast. But there were 30,000 atomic bomb victims to treat, and he was exposed to indirect radiation afterwards.
こんなものを見て今生きてる人ってのは少ないんだと思うんですけどね、青空にね赤い火の輪がまずできた。真っ赤なねリングですよね。真っ赤なねこういうもうとにかくいやらしい赤なんですね。それでと思ってたらその真ん中に白い雲ができた。でそれがねガーッと大きくなってね大きな白い雲の塊がねその火にくっつくわけですよ。火についた途端にこれがね火の太陽でっかいすっごいでかい火の玉ですよね。でうわすごいなと思ってる。
Dr. Hida has shared his experience with people for 57 years.
帯みたいなちょうど広島まで真ん中っていうところで初めて被爆した人間に会ったわけです。だからこうやって倒れてるところにね脈をまず生きてるか死んでるかってこう触るとこないんですよ。赤むけズルズルなんです。皮膚がないでひょっと見たらねボロだと思ったらその人の生皮がぶら下がってるんですよ。でそれでうつむけになってね背中には まあ、焼けただれてるんだけども泥がついてるから真っ黒けなんですね。でそこにねガラスの破片がいっぱい刺さってるわけ。一番僕らがびっくりしたのはね、広島にいなかった人がね死に始めたの。それは後からね広島へ入ったの。肉親がいて遠くから探しに来たのがいっぱいいるわけじゃない。そしたらそういうことをしてる人が病気になったの。同じなんだよ。熱が出て血が出始めて死斑が出て最後毛が抜けて、で中には死ぬのがいるんです。死なないのもたくさんいた。これが分かんないけどなんでピカも合わないしね、何日も経って入ったのに。で初めは伝染病だと思った。これすごい移るよっつうんで、いろいろ調べたんだけど移る気配はもとない。でこれがいわゆる後から残っている放射線を吸い込んで、あるいは水の中を飲み込んで体の中へ入った放射線でじわじわやられるね、そういうタイプだっていうのがこれもそうね40年経って初めて分かった。
It's been more than 50 years since he began treating Hibakusha. Almost all the victims alive today were exposed to radioactivity inside their bodies, what's known as internal radiation.
少し熱があるのかな。血圧は少し上がってるわ。
The connection between the bomb and their sicknesses has yet to be proved.
写真撮ったのは8日だね。
そうです。2月8日です。
もう大体一月経つな。上の方のね、肺の上の方が、その痰の出てくる元だと思うけども、ちょっと物騒だよ。
所先生今おいくつですか？
誰？僕ね、85。85歳と2ヶ月。
67ぐらいで、
67でボタボタ言っちゃいかんね。子供なんだから。何をやったの？
がんなんですけれども、抗がん剤の点滴と、はい、それからあと飲み薬ですか。それで一応こういうのを一応書いてきたんですけれども、先生に見ていただいてもしよかったら。
黒い雨には当たらなかったの？多少当たったの？
でしょうね、わかんないですけど。それで肝臓にも多発性のがんが転移してるっていうことなんですけども。
For decades, Dr. Hira saw something strange about the Hibakusha symptoms, but he couldn't put his finger on it.
自分の今感じているものはやっぱり何か真実につながってるはずだと。それで今度は目を開いたのがアメリカの被爆者を見てたボードマンという医者と会って、で彼がアメリカで誰も相手にしないでその若い医者が被爆米兵を見た時に注意しなければいけないって教科書をこしらえたんですよ。それはね、あなた方言葉は分かんないけど非定型性症候群です。定型でないんです。高血圧ったらこういう症状とかね、肺炎はこういう症状っていういわゆる定まった形、定型。ところが被爆者の症状は非定型だと。定まったものがないと。だから話聞いててどの病気にも当てはまらなかったらこれは被爆だという考え方を彼はね出してきたんです。僕のを見てるのは遠くにいたとか後で入ったってんでこれピカは知らないわけだよ。要するに残ってた放射能を吸い込んでなったわけでしょ。アメリカの兵隊もみんな降ってきた死の灰を吸い込んでなったわけにこれ共通項だ。だから低線量被爆の症状はこれだっていうんでね。
The atomic bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki were made in the United States. So was the depleted uranium used in Iraq. This is the Hanford nuclear site in Washington state. The U.S. nuclear arms industry has many plants, but the plutonium processing facility here is one of the largest. In 1942, the first nuclear reactor in the world was built here in Hanford as part of the Manhattan Project. It operated until 1987. The plant's 9 nuclear reactors produced enough plutonium for 25,000 nuclear bombs. Dr. Hida flew to America to visit Tom, who has a farm downwind from Hanford.
Hi, guys. Good morning.
Good morning.
How's it going? Good morning, Dr. Hide. Good to see you again. How are you? Here's the reactor. Over here's the reactor, Dr. Hide.
I see.
Power generating nuclear reactor. See how close that is? Very close. Upriver was the old Hanford reactors. This is the new reactor. This is a electrical reactor, only electrical. The production reactors, you cannot see them. See the hill? They're down below the hill. So we lived here and we never saw them. Never ever saw the reactors before. Never even knew they were here.
あの下にある。
And they made the atomic bombs there that saved us from communism.
Tom just brought in the last apples of the year. Almost all his apples will be sold overseas. This area has produced export crops since the 1960s. Tom's family settled in the rich farmland downwind from Hanford. He first learned that they had been exposed to radiation from the plant in 1984. The discovery would change his life.
The worst lift I've ever made in my life. It's the true you. I know the true me.
Tom is suing the United States government on behalf of the local residents for compensation for the damage caused by radiation.
Here's some previously secret documents that were declassified, talking about them checking our cattle in 1946. See, the date says 1946. When people say, oh, they didn't know, they knew that they were destroying people's lives and they were hurting people.
In 1984, the U.S. government declassified thousands of pages of secret documents on Hanford. The documents revealed decades of radioactive substances released into the local environment, including experiments that released radioactive iodine from weather balloons.
The government's going to settle. There's going to be compensation and health care coming. When that's done, it's finished.
If you get the compensation, then you think that this issue is really finished?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I believe so.
How about...
Even if there is no compensation, the issue is finished.
Why?
There's more important things. People are worried about the Twin Towers, about the war with Iraq, about the war with Afghanistan, about the war in the Philippines, about all the wars that America's doing. They don't want to hear about the history. They just want to think about the new wars. I'll get you some butter. Dr. Hida. Good morning.
I'm
This
so
is my
happy
mother.
to see you.
This is my mother. This is Dr. Hida, my friend from Japan.
Yes. Yes, we have, my family has always been hunters.
Tom's mother, Laura, was a typist for Robert Oppenheimer, the head of the Manhattan Project. In 1944, she quit her job to marry Tom's father and start a new life.